All right.
Oh,
Hello.
Hello.
Everybody. We had a little bit of a little technical issue, but welcome back, everybody. Please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome with me today the beautiful Corinne from TheGaylyMirror.
Hi, everyone.
And of course, a very dear friends, Toy and Goy from Toy and Goy. Welcome.
Hello.
hiya.
And let's say hello to all the Toy and Goy fans as well. We are doing it for the first time, collaborating, doing some live videos. It's Eurovision week, baby. And we're enjoying every moment of this.
We are indeed. We are. So, guys, I mean, let me introduce Corinne to our live audience. One thing I want to tell to our live audience and to Toy and Goy's fans, which are following us on their web channel, and I hope that the double stream is working today, is that you can chat with us, you can interact with us, just send your comments in and we will see them live in our box if everything works properly today. So Corinne is from the TheGaylyMirror. The TheGaylyMirror can be found on Instagram. And on YouTube
as well. Yeah,
exactly.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
as well. And she has been sharing the press room with me this week. Actually, she also had the chance to travel to the real press room in Rotterdam, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it didn't quite go as planned, but it's been such a week. It's been an awesome week. There lots of different interviews and a lot of different reactions and emotions. It's been a fabulous, actually last 2 weeks, this week and last week has been just, a dream come true, really.
For all of us, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like we talked a bit before the show, and we say how the COVID year affected us all mentally. And actually this week, I feel alive. I feel alive.
That was an old Israeli song, was it?
2017's Imri.
Imri Ziv. Hi, Imri, if you're watching us, please come home. Right, and Corinne, how was the atmosphere in the real press room?
Yeah, I mean, I think that everyone was just so excited and so happy to be there, and the atmosphere is electric. It's everything that you could imagine. I mean, it's still a little stressful, still a little, there's still that little worry in the back of everyone's head, but I think everyone is just so desperate for this to happen. So amazing.
I mean, and all the plans of against COVID-19 and all the things that you had to do before getting into the real room, press room, were like loads of steps, loads of checks.
Yeah, there's lots of testing and checks in place, and I mean, the whole thing has been very well monitored and very well done. So I mean, big ups to that. That's I
think they've done amazing. I can't even think what they're going through, and now with Duncan Lawrence not appearing.
Oh my God! But that's what I wanted to update you about. That today during the rehearsals, that I saw Corinne watching, very with loads of things to say. She was commenting a lot on the online press room.
I'm gonna admit to this and say that was actually my editor in chief. I wasn't masquerading as me. I said to him, "You better be saying the good stuff. I don't want to."
He rose. He actually rose, good. And I was very amused because then he said, "Oh, Jan today he's quite talkative, as I can see. He's quite making jokes though."
He was a bit distressed this morning about the whole running order, so I know that we're going to tackle that a little bit later on. But
yes, it's on our list.
Yes, it took us a long time this morning to calm him down, tell him it was going to be okay. Not the end of the world. Well, probably is the end of the world. But anyway.
Or is it supporting then?
Cyprus.
It is the end of the world.
Yeah, exactly.
It is the end of it. Basically, it is, yes. But we're going to talk about it later on.
Yeah,
so one thing that we need to update our viewers on is that Duncan Lawrence will be Duncan James.
You married him off some.
Yeah, exactly. Duncan Lawrence will be anyway performing there, but as as we all know, he had to record his performance back last week, I think, when they started with all the rehearsals or at the beginning of the week. So it will be like a live on tape,
like Iceland.
Yeah, just like Iceland. Yeah. I mean,
but it's like I do feel for both of them. I mean, the contestants needed to be ready anyway. It was in the rules this year that if anything happened, they needed to be on a live on tape.
Yeah, exactly. And
so they were ready. But I do feel for Duncan.
But Duncan waited only 2 years to do it for his big moment. Not 1 year, 2 years.
Yeah.
And now it's devastating. It's really devastating for him. Yeah. But for Iceland as well. And I think, I hope this is the last. Like no more surprises until tomorrow. Please.
Yeah, we just have to get through tomorrow, and then everyone can go home and have COVID in their own countries. But
exactly.
My husband's Dutch, and I said to him, this was good planning from the Netherlands, because even if people get COVID, it's gonna show up once they're home. And so it's not the Netherlands' fault.
Yeah.
So it's very.
You're back home. Absolutely fine, great. But and there's another gossip which is going on around now. That apparently this morning, Rai, which is the Italian television, had a sort of a press conference where they were introducing the possibility of hosting the Eurovision Song Contest in Turin in case shall Italy win, they will be ready to host it. So they were actually even trying to
jinx it. Was that what they were trying to do?
That's what they jinxed it completely. They ruined it. They're not going to win tomorrow.
I know. If I were Måneskin, I would have just gone there, just kicked there.
In 2018, the Israel. I listened to the Israel media, and they were so crazy about the possibility that Neta is going to win the Eurovision, and they were so careful to talk about actually winning and where we are going to host. They didn't allow themselves to talk about it, but they were living the dream. I can't believe Italy TV that just did that.
It's PR. It's good PR.
It's not.
Get everyone talking.
It's not. No. It's not.
Yeah,
more buzz.
More
buzz.
No.
I mean, that's stupid. Well, what's your idea about that?
Marino wins.
Exactly.
They have two possibilities of winning.
Yeah, but still, will not be up to Rai to arrange that. It will be Radio Televisione San Marino, something like that. That would have, to arrange that, to organize that. And I do think that
two people walk there. They need help.
They would need help anyway. They would need help. But San Marino actually had a great performance, right?
Yes. I mean, everyone was talking about Flowrider, but I actually think Sanhit elevated the performance herself. She brought it. It was just a whole extra level, and I was living for it. And before the performance, I said, I could do without Flowrider. I don't think he's going to add that much, but actually he did, and I loved it, and I lived for it. Yeah.
Do you understand? We had a worldwide known rapper doing an entry on Eurovision stage with no other than San Marino. Do you get what we've seen yesterday? I couldn't believe my eyes.
San Marino was working their backs off relay. They wanted to be there on the stage. They wanted to beat everybody, and they wanted just to be there and be remembered after a few years where you say.
I also loved the costume elevations yesterday.
Tomasini. Luca Tomasini, he's a freaking genius, really. He's a freaking genius. I mean, he could be a little bit of a prima donna. I did not really appreciate what he did on the turquoise carpet. He was stealing the scene from Sanhit a bit, honestly. Don't you agree, guys? Am I so bad?
The designer.
Yeah, I
I think everything about San Marino was right. I think it was right to open the show. I'm so glad the show, and it was pure fun for the whole 3 minutes. Yes, we know Zenith vocals are not the
most powerful,
but it
didn't matter though.
Fun.
Yeah,
and it felt like it was an interval act and not an entry. There was this so much elevated it and made it seem like, wow, this is epic.
Yeah,
Rafa, I just want to say to the viewers here, we are reading all the questions. I don't know if you get those questions.
I can't get them on, unfortunately, because we have connected to your channel not using the password. So basically, not having access to your password, it won't show the comments
boring. So what
I know, but guys, tell us your question. Or if you want your questions to be shown online, you can go to the TheGaylyMirror TV channel on YouTube and write them there, and we will see them directly here on the screen. But tell us the questions we're receiving, please.
So we had some questions from Team S. Ask what you guys think was the worst performance of the second semi-final. We will talk about it for sure.
Yeah,
and we're going to talk about it now, guys, because what you can see here. Pardon?
We're going to jump right in there.
Exactly. It's going to be a big jump, but I'm really curious. Oh, that's good. That's very good. But I'm really curious now to understand, what do you think about the second round of finalists?
The best ones went through.
Hold on. Joy and Boy fans got it. 9 out of 10. Whoa!
Well,
9 out of 10.
Let me ask
10 as well. To be.
We just got 7 out of 10.
You can be a fan.
Yeah.
We only got 7 out of 10, unfortunately. But ladies first, I'd like to hear from our lovely ladies. So, what's your idea, Corinne?
What's my idea? Well, as I said, we had 9 out of 10, and I was surprised with how good the semi-final was, because coming into Eurovision, I was like, semi-final 2, it's gonna be a drag to watch this. 1 or 2 highlights, but and I was surprised that it was amazing. I loved it. I loved almost all of it. There was I have one person who has made the grand final that I would have not qualified and had somebody there instead. Do you want me to delve into that?
I know. Let me guess. It starts with an M.
It does end with an M. It sounds like, so Moldova, I did not think that she deserved her place in the final. For me, I thought, she performed much better than I'd seen her in the rehearsals. I'm going to give her that. But more than that, it was just, they gave us this incredible music video and then gave us something really bland and boring on the stage. She needed to get Valentina's staging from Jesk and put it behind her and at least try and incorporate some of those elements from her video. I did not love it.
I think she was having fun.
Yeah.
From the moment it started until it ended.
The time of her life.
And when I saw her having fun, I was having fun with her. Yeah. I agree. It wasn't most brilliant performance ever. Her voice is not really incredible, but she did all the notes. I was
convinced there was no way she'd attempt that final note, because I thought you just wouldn't even bother.
She'd missed it so many times in rehearsal.
Had she?
She had some awful rehearsals.
Oh.
Like kind of rehearsals.
Yeah.
And so I was impressed by that. And you are totally right. She was having the time of her life, but I thought there was another group that was also having the time of their life that brought joy into my universe, and I wanted them instead.
Oh, go ahead, tell us.
Denmark. They were my guilty pleasure right from the start. They literally changed nothing from Melody Grand Prix. But they were just guys that were so... Okay, little sidebar here. I love Schlager music, dance band music, especially Scandinavian dance band. Love it. So, I was born to love this song.
I completely agree with you. They were 2 of my favorites, honestly. And I'm trying my very best.
No, I see what's happening here. You're not running because he will support you, and you put Dominic aside, and now it's 2 versus 2. That's what happened.
He's working. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here with us today. Dominic, we do miss you. He couldn't be here with us today, but I honestly loved those two people, like those two guys. I can't pronounce their name because I'm really bad with that. I'm trying as desperately as I can to learn the song, to sing it, but it's difficult. But we do have a question here from Ducky35. Did you like Switzerland's stage?
I did.
Who's start? Ladies first.
Yeah,
the real ladies.
I did actually like it. I thought that the simplicity of the stage allowed him to tell his very complicated story with his voice, because it is a complicated vocal piece. And I mean, okay, some of those dance moves are interesting. I don't mind them. I liked them, but I
would have honestly avoided the pirouette.
Yeah. I mean, one of my co-editors, he described it as John swatting a bee. You know, like when a bee comes and you're like, that's what he described it as. I was like, okay, that's kind of fair. But the actual staging, I liked a lot. I thought if they tried to put something really complicated and busy, then it just would have all been a bit much.
Our dogs are barking.
How about you, ladies? Now.
Right. So about Switzerland, all I imagined in my head before because we don't watch rehearsal, we don't know. For us, it's the first time we see the live TV show, and I was expecting him to stand still, and sing the song.
Yeah.
He didn't. He decided to go with the whole kind of choreography and dance moves. Now, yes, he's not a dancer. But I loved that he exposed himself to us in that way. And because it was not perfect dancing, I loved every moment of it. It was so vulnerable.
Exactly.
And I loved it. I just loved it.
He took a song that I think everyone imagined was going to be a static performance and rely on the voice, and put his personality into it. And it didn't distract at all from me. For me, it completely added. And I just went, I wasn't expecting this. It's still simple and still suits the song. And for me, I wasn't sold on it before. Last night, I was done. Yeah, you can win.
There's a sophistication about it that really, I liked it, loved it.
But I have to say
another question here. Oh, just please go ahead.
I have to say that I'm really, really disappointed. If we talked about bad performances, Latvia.
Yeah.
Oh, I was
disappointed. It was
for her. She waited for this moment 7 years, and the moment has arrived, but the moon was not shining.
I mean, it wasn't entirely her fault. I mean, she was given zero staging. Like literally, they got some I don't know, some gifts or something and popped them on an LED, and that said, here you go. I mean, also her costuming, although she looked beautiful and I loved it, didn't fit the song. No. She didn't come across with that woman empowerment kind of message in a gown.
And where is a crown? Where is some ridiculous crown?
Exactly. She's such a big personality that she could have pulled that off. She could have come out wearing like just about any kind of crazy costume and it still would have worked. Yeah. But instead we got a very safe gown.
Yeah.
Well, the team said that Latvia is one of the worst. The staging was weird and the song forgettable.
I agree.
Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, I wanted it for her, but she wasn't.
Yeah, well, she deserved it because she worked a lot and she deserved it. Absolutely.
And she loves Eurovision. Like
she does. Yeah, she does. Absolutely.
Hear her talk about it, and she is so impassioned and she loves it. Unlike some other acts, Belgium.
Exactly. Well, that's something that we discussed very thoroughly on the first.
Don't get me
the day
started.
Before yesterday.
Really, don't get me started.
No, I don't like their attitude. Honestly, I don't feel they deserved it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like, yes, we're here. I mean, Ukraine, wow, they were just great. But really, Belgium, guys.
Yeah.
But they did I guess Belgium for after how many years Belgium didn't qualify? So they did do
not enough years, I'm sorry.
Can you join us, please?
Yeah.
Because you're in the right level of busyness.
I still love him a lot, Elliot, with Wake Up. Anyway, guys, there's a question from team here. Are you sad that Austria didn't qualify?
No.
No. I think he delivered a really good vocal and it was really moving, but the song wasn't enough in the first place.
He was like the Vasil of semi-final 2.
Yeah.
Well, no, because I think Vasil really did deserve a place in the finals.
I do think so.
Regarding Vincent, I have to say that I was a bit disappointed because we met Vincent last year with a fantastic song, moving dance. He knows how to move. He can dance. He can bring some of his cool. Like, what we've seen yesterday is another singer that's trying to sing a very emotional ballad, and
it's like he missed his
voice. It's not like Switzerland voice, John Tier's voice. You can't compete.
I think that everyone, unless you're a Balkan, should be banned from ballads.
Guys, we have another question here, and I think that with this question we could actually fill in the entire hour of live show that we have
so
here.
many questions in the chat, so let's just remind the viewers
please.
in our chat, if you want to ask your question in the show, please go to the link in the description of this video to the video.
Otherwise, we will ask. Otherwise, we'll ask Toy and Goy to tell us the question. But we have Ducky here, which is asking us, what was the most spectacular thing of Ukraine's stage? Where do we start from, darling? So ladies first. Ladies first, but we're lady.
He is so handsome. I could just have him on stage and nothing else. That would be fine.
Yes. Just
he stole my heart. Really, he really stole my heart.
I mean,
but I mean, Katerina's face.
I love them so much. They are just funny, but without trying to necessarily be funny. I just love them. I thought that
Denmark was fun.
I'm not gonna. Yeah.
No cry.
Best part. Well, I think the best part was that they actually took us in a slightly different direction to the 2 videos that we'd seen. Yeah. So the first video, with the hazmat suits and everything, we got rid of that. Then we had sort of this Mad Max kind of, winter, I don't know, steampunk kind of theme. And then they kind of moved us away from that again. And I kind of felt like it was industrial snow forest, and I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. Honestly, the staging, the lights. Please start your religion. I will follow you.
Yeah. The moment in the bridge when they went and picked up the sand, because at that point you were like, this is a massive stage and they've confined themselves to this tiny little platform and it's perfect. And then they stepped out and my brain went, I can't cope with this. You've set my expectations up. And then you exceeded them by saying, no, we are going to use more of it. And it looked gorgeous. It was I mean, the song is stunning, and they captured it.
It's perfectly. A trip. It's a meditate trip. And we haven't uploaded it because so many videos, and now Ukraine is coming, and so many of our fans ask, "Where is Ukraine?" Where's Ukraine video is coming, and you will see that we didn't stop dancing.
Yeah.
We just jump, and it's amazing. And can you imagine if there was a crowd in the hall? They would have jumped with the song non-stop.
Yeah.
Can I use this one behind my head? It's not lit enough, but can I use it?
Fantastic.
Oh, guys. Anyway, so let's go on with our points here. Is there any question coming from your fans, guys? Because we are receiving loads of questions here, and I can't wait. Honestly, we can't. It's amazing.
Just push the question and
right question. What was the most surprising thing about semi-final 2 for everyone? Mine was how bad Czech Republic and Poland's entries were.
I have my
Polish guy didn't even bother trying to hit any of the higher notes. Oh my god.
I wasn't really surprised by that though. To be honest, I had zero expectations of Poland, and they still exceeded them by being even less lower. Yes,
I honestly love this show. His performance was amazing. Vocally speaking, maybe he was not perfect. Yeah, he was not there. But I mean, me personally, I loved it. Instead of Finland, I would have seen him, or I don't know, or Denmark.
Oh no!
Definitely Denmark. Look at those two guys.
Definitely Denmark. We'll keep Denmark. I think Czech Republic was really hard because going into rehearsal week, like before I'd seen anybody on the stage, I really loved his song. Like for a moment, he was like way up the top. He was in my top 5 for like weeks and weeks and weeks. And then I heard him on the stage and I was like, what's going on here? Is this actually the same person? Because it was just not there. Last night we got a bit more sparkle, which I liked, but yeah, I also think it was.
It's just amazing.
That's so funny.
They're saying, who the hell is Kirkorov?
You don't really want the answer to that question.
Yeah, that's
exactly. That's why I was skipping.
He is the Rasputin of Eurovision.
I want to answer something for the previous question. They asked us what is the most surprising in semi-final 2, and I want to say something to answer what was the most emotional moment for semi-final 2, and I really point it out. And Nico,
he cried.
I cried. You cried as well.
Yeah.
There was in the interval part. There was this video about previous winner.
Yeah.
And they interviewed Nicole. And they asked her, what is the most meaningful thing you remember, or what do you remember the most from your win? And she said, the fact that Israel gave Germany 12 points.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God.
And she meant it. She was emotional as she said it in that video. All these years later,
so much love in one sentence.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, guys. I mean, that's. I mean, the entire edition of this Eurovision is being based on touching our feelings. Really.
Yeah.
They're touching the chords of our feelings and letting us cry. I mean, I'm not ashamed to say I cried so many times. I cried during the rehearsals and I cried during the live shows. Like, really said, "Oh my God, I can't stop being just like, someone help me now."
I heard that the Eurovision music start at the very beginning of semi-final 1, cried.
Exactly. And I had like a glass of wine in my hands and I was crying. I was like, oh my God, this is just maniac. I'm crying with a glass of wine in my hands. It's like, if anyone sees me now, they will take me to psycho, really. But anyway.
That's why I'm feeling so happy this week, because there was so much emotion stuck in our brain, in our body, and like with all this.
Guys, can I introduce another person? We have a surprise. He made it!
Hello, Corinne.
Hi, Dominic.
Hello, Toyengoy.
So, guys, we have another question here. So, oh my God. There's a comment saying that Ukraine was giving me post-nuclear techno ice punk realness, and I live for it every second. Oh my God.
Absolutely.
Yes, girl.
There was a weird TV advert on in the UK for Peach Snaps in the 90s, and it's called The Judder Man. So go YouTube that if you're watching. Their performance was like a stage version of that. It was a horrifically terrifying advert for alcohol, but just look it up.
Works on the stage.
Yeah.
Guys, another question from our viewers here. Did you like the green screen from Greece?
Good.
Can I reply to this one?
Sure,
go for it.
I hated it, but wait. But I think the performance was great, and that girl, Helena, she is amazing. She's beautiful. She's a great singer. She doesn't need that screen. I mean, she doesn't need that green screen. She doesn't need these tricks. She could have stayed on that stage and handled the situation perfully. And
she has the body, she has the voice, she has the staging,
everything.
She has the nerve,
everything.
She got everything. How about you, Corinne? Did you like the green screen from Greece?
I mean, yes, kind of. I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of Sergei Lazarev when he did his thing, 2016, I think it was. I wasn't a fan of that then. I thought it was a little bit too overdone, and I have the same sort of feels about Greece. But I totally agree with Dominic. The performance itself was great. She sang well. She looked spectacular. Oh my God. Yeah. And I liked it to an extent, but I didn't like the whole stairs and dropping her down. I didn't need that bit. That was.
I'm pretty much the same. It started and I thought, this is cool, and then I went, no, I'm not sure. I liked the men, but I didn't like the
Yeah.
It's true. And then we got another comment here, which is Greece totally overrated. Would be on the right-hand side of the scoreboard in the final.
I agree. I agree, and I think the staging did not do any favor to Stefania. I think she can hold it by herself with a bit of dancers behind her. She didn't need the whole All I remember is that faceless dancers, and I felt uncomfortable. And
there's an hello, Reen, anyway.
Yeah, that's me.
Hello, hi. And someone is asking us thoughts for Albania. Thoughts on Albania?
I loved Albania.
Love. You know, when we've done our when we've done our Albania in Eurovision video, we felt that we were being mean to Albania because we didn't like any song almost. And
it was amazing because it was so dramatic and epic, but it was just her. And they caught the vibe of the song, which was to have that really moody feel, and she delivered everything. I
did not understand a single word of what she sang, but I simply loved it.
I felt
every little word she said. Every single one, I felt it. Honestly, she deserves a final. And even when Albania went to Tel Aviv, sorry,
she got number 2 in the final.
I know she will not be helped by that, unfortunately.
No,
they did her dirty.
Yeah, I know, but that's something I'm going to talk about it later on. And there's another question here asking if Lithuania will get in top 5. If we do think that Lithuania will get in top 5, very quickly, guys. So, Corinne, yes or no?
Nope.
Toy
No.
Doubtful.
No.
Doubtful. What are you, Dummy?
I don't think so, but not because I don't like it. It's because it's too competitive.
Exactly.
Well, they could get anyway top 10. I do think they will
get
top 10.
Top 5.
Yeah, I think top 10. I mean,
right, and then another question here is, what do you think about the post-performance from Davina Michelle in semi-final 1?
I went to the bathroom and replenished my drink.
Come on, the power of water. That was because of the power of water who stimulated you, and you had to go to the bathroom.
So uncomfortable I'm feeling at the moment. I'm really sorry.
My brother-in-law said it was really, really great. He messaged me and was like, it was amazing. And I was like,
yes, Tommy, tell us. What do you think?
So first of all, I'm really sorry, guys, to be so rude. I've joined this conversation just to say hello to everyone, and because I have a huge respect for all of you. But unfortunately, to go back to my work because we still have many people to vaccinate, and we need to run.
Can I thank Dominic for what you're doing?
The only thing is, and maybe I give you some hint. I don't know if you spoke about Malta or what's going on with Malta.
We're going to talk about
fandom.
it later, darling.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm just gonna anticipate then. Today there's been a press conference from the RAI, the Italian national broadcast, talking about what's gonna happen, what could happen next year, and then there is a war starting in the Mediterranean. Between Malta and Italy. Apparently, they're starting to feel the pressure, maybe too much. And they're not happy with the placement in the final. They're not happy with how the Eurovision is organized. They're saying that there is too much political influence, even though it was themselves to draw the first half, so I really don't understand who they're getting upset with. Apart from this, guys, there's nothing else to say. I hope you had fun this week during the Eurovision week, and I hope you will enjoy tomorrow night the final. And
bye, Dominic. Bye.
See ya.
So, guys, we do have another question here. Oh my God, how many questions? I'm honestly loving it. Who is the most overrated act of this year? Who do we think is the most overrated act of this year?
Bulgaria.
Yeah, I would say.
Why?
Bulgaria.
Probably.
Next question.
Wait, Corinne, I'm curious to know what she thinks.
Yeah, that's actually hard because I think a lot of the acts that were billed for last year, had Eurovision happen, were overrated for this year. And like a lot of them have not necessarily disappointed us, but they haven't delivered the same quality of song as last year. Like you look at Roxanne, she's gone. She's not even in the final. Alcohol You was amazing. This year, the song was great, but the staging overpowered her. I mean, Lithuania.
I was honestly cutting my veins.
I like Lithuania this year, but it doesn't have the same impact as last year, because last year it was something new and fresh and fun, and this year it's the same thing but different. So, I mean, I think a lot of acts are actually overrated.
I think a lot that were, I've actually been impressed when we've seen them in the semis and gone, okay, I'm on board now with their performance.
Yeah, and that's true because like.
So let's say this now. If you had the chance to replace two of the finalists of yesterday night with two that did not get through the final, but you wanted to get to the final, who would they be?
Yesterday night?
Yeah.
Just from yesterday.
Yesterday.
I'm happy.
I only have one from yesterday.
I'm really, really happy with
darling,
yesterday. I don't think I would replace anyone. Even Finland, which I'm not the most, I don't mind it, but.
Yeah, I mean,
who would that be for you, Corinne?
I would have taken out Moldova and put in not Belgium, Jesus. Wow, put in Denmark any day of the week. And I don't have a second one. If I could take Belgium out of semifinal 1 and slot someone else in, like if Czech Republic was just a little bit better, I really wanted him to be there, but the quality wasn't there. So if he got his act together and we got rid of Belgium, then I would wedge him in there as well.
I said yesterday that Czech Republic is a good song to stay in the studio and should stay there.
No, I totally agree. It's a
great studio.
It's a 100% studio song. Yeah.
Well, I do think, unfortunately, I mean, from the second semi-final, I would take out Finland for sure and Moldova and replace them with Poland and Denmark. Because Poland had a nice staging and liked it. Honestly, I mean,
I really need to rethink
where is my
relationship.
But I'm happy to see that there's someone who actually has the same thought I had after the third semi-final, which is who is this year's dark horse? I still think Tix from Norway.
I think the dark horse is actually Portugal because a lot of people didn't rate it going into Eurovision. And I was one of those people. I didn't rate it. The first time I saw it as a rehearsal, that first note he sang, I burst into tears and I've loved it I loved it ever since. And for me, I would be perfectly happy if Portugal won. I mean, they won't, but it wouldn't make me sad.
It's unlikely they're going to win, unfortunately.
No, but I think that they're going to do
sure.
way better than what anybody expected from them because it is beautiful.
Black Mamba.
Yeah, Black Mamba.
The Black Mamba, which actually sounds quite sexy. Anyway,
don't Google that, by the way.
No, if you Google Black Mamba, you would come up with something different. So do you all guys agree with the idea that we had maybe on the first reaction to the first semi-final saying that the first semi-final was harder than the second one?
If you'd asked me before the semi-finals had taken place, I would have said yes. But now I actually don't think so. And the reason I think that is because semi-final 1 delivered exactly what I expected from semi-final 1, whereas semi-final 2 was way better than I could have expected or hoped for. So I don't think it was necessarily better. For me, it has a bigger impact because I wasn't expecting, a lot from some of those countries, and they really delivered to me yesterday. So.
Great.
Guys, I'm actually overwhelmed with all your questions. Thank you so much. I'm deeply touched, really. We do have another question here, which is coming in, and praise the same. Can you explain why the last ones to sing are favorite? I don't think people are going to forget about this first performance. Also, last winners were in the first half. So how would you explain these? Who would feel this? Come on, Toyi, go.
I will tell you what I think about it. I think yes, it's more Eurovision winners came out of the last second half, right?
Yeah.
But I feel that if a song is good, it will win. Let's remember which running order was Conchita. Or Conchita was 6.
Yeah.
And Duncan was 12, So it doesn't mean that if the song is in the second half for sure. So I don't know. I feel that there are the statistics, and second in the running order is always bad, and the first never wins, but it's all about the song, really.
I have a teeny tiny theory on why.
Go, please.
And that's because, under normal circumstances, on a normal year, we're all out partying, we're drinking, we're having a great time. By the time we get to the end of the running order, we've had A few drinks.
Yeah.
1 or 2.
And smoke a few.
Just a little bit. And so by that point, we've forgotten what's gone on in the first half. We're like, whoa, now. And then that's why.
And you're more open to the songs at the end, because whatever they throw at you when you're drunk, you're just like,
yeah, and we're more willing to like actually pick up the phone and like vote, because
vote
anymore.
vote. And we have another question here. What did everyone think of Portugal's staging? I thought the use of the stage massively elevated it.
Can I go? So I have a real bugbear with bands, because I find bands always stage themselves the same. They just put the instruments up and they stand there and it's always the same. Portugal started off and I said, I'm really disappointed because they're just there. And then when he started walking out and they put the projections beside him and the colors changed from the black and white at the start to the silver to the gold, and I died. I melted. I was just,
that's what they told about that. They wanted to be, to keep being consistent about their performances, and they started with the black and white to a sort of a homage to the old days of Festival da Canção in Portugal. So it was actually very well done. So
but I also thought the staging reflects really well the story of that song. I thought that was, because in the beginning when I saw it, I thought, okay, maybe that's a little kitschy or a little cheesy, but then when I actually understood it in context of what that song was actually about, I was like, oh, it makes perfect sense. And I love it.
There's another question here, which is actually maybe for
that's for us probably.
Did you like the trumpets from the UK? Is it making the stage better?
If you watched our reaction to the UK, I said, yes, the song is good, but the UK is so good to ruin staging, and they don't know how to put staging up properly.
Well, they didn't disappoint you.
Say that big trumpet, and I asked myself, why do you go that direction?
Because they've got the big ones, and then they have all the dancers. It's like, how many do you need? Like, seriously.
I do think they needed something to take the tension off the voice of the singer.
Yes, and the staticness. He doesn't have the charisma to stand on stage and keep your eyes on him that some of the other artists do. I
was a little bit disappointed because in the lead up to Eurovision, all over social media, he was like, and I'm going to dance and I'm going to be dancing on the stage. Is this your dancing? like really?
I mean, that's what he can do, probably. That's what he's able to do. The only thing, I mean, but anyway, no, we did not like the staging, and we do not think that he's going to
end. Think we're going to come last now.
I think that when I say we, Germany, I think we might be challenging you.
So good, and I can't picture anyone doing worse than the UK this year.
Maybe Germany, but I mean, the good thing is we have a few more friends than you do. So true. I mean, we got a few more neighbors at least.
Why am I the only one that in love in German song? German song makes me so happy every time I hear it.
I love it.
It was a mess on stage. It was a mess on stage. The jury is going to hate it. The jury is going to give it no love.
I don't know. I don't know anything about. We've seen a bit of it, but I love Jendrik. I follow him on Instagram. He makes
his energy
me laugh. I'm rooting for him. So guys, vote at least
for Germany. Yeah,
I can't, so I can't be held responsible.
Right, but please vote for him. Vote for San Marino. Vote for Italy, please. Vote for Malta.
Stop it.
Well, today, it was a fake thing, but Italy got one of the very few votes during the rehearsals. I was like, it was on the right side of the screen. I was like, oh my God, I can't stand it. I'm feeling so bad. I really left the room and went to have a glass of wine. It was only 4:30 in the afternoon, but it's fine. It's Friday afternoon, so somewhere else is already 9 in the evening, so it's fine.
So
guys, there was a question before. Sorry,
Who's winning it then?
Yeah, someone is asking not who's winning, but actually someone was asking us who will place last this year. I do think the UK, unfortunately.
I think it'll be UK and Germany race to the bottom.
I think Spain.
And potentially Spain.
Potentially Spain. It might go Germany, Spain, UK. I could see that happening.
That's quite interesting.
It's the same because those three always get a really bad rep, and
I mean, I like Blas
better.
Cantor. He is very, very talented, and he comes across as such a cool guy.
I simply love this comment. Someone said Stefania looked like a Teletubby.
Oh, no.
Well, sort of, but sexy Teletubby. A bit,
Sexy one, yeah.
It reminded me of Britney Spears. Britney Spears.
No.
So, guys, I think we're almost over. Like, there's only 15 minutes left and loads of questions to answer to, which I simply love. Let me go directly to tomorrow. So, in the final, we're going to have 26 entries. Unfortunately, I cannot show the right order which I prepared as a video because I don't know what's going on here. So, otherwise, I will stop it. So, I'll tell you.
No copyrights, please. No copyrights issue.
No, we'll have Cyprus, Albania. Then we have Israel, Belgium, Russia, Malta, Portugal. Number 8, Serbia. Number 9, United Kingdom and its trumpets and the embers. That's what's left of the song, basically. And then we have Greece at number 10. After Greece, Switzerland. And then we have number 12, Iceland. We've been together. I simply love them.
It's better than the final.
Yeah, Spain. Number 14, Moldova, and sugar, the injection of sugar, as I can see. Number 15, Germany. Number 16, Finland. Number 17, Bulgaria, after hard rock.
And 2 chaotic songs.
Yeah.
Then, I mean, it's gonna be that's a choice when it comes to running order.
And then we have after Bulgaria, we have Lithuania. Then we have number 19, Ukraine. Number 20, Voilà la France. Then we have number 21, Azerbaijan with Mata Hari. And someone was asking us, what do you prefer, Mata Hari or Cleopatra?
Cleopatra,
the entire life, darling.
I'm going to say Mata Hari because some of the words in Cleopatra were so lowbrow. I mean,
the entire thing did not make sense at all. I mean, even like that
is true.
So, I mean, it's just a song. It's, and I prefer Cleopatra to Mata Hari anyway. Then we said number 19, Ukraine. Number 20, France. Number 21, Azerbaijan. Number 22, Norway, with this fallen angel. And then number 23, the Netherlands. I love them. Number 24, Italy! Italia for your Maneskin. And then we've got number 25, Sweden, with H&M on that stage. Mamaru would not agree. And then we have number 26, San Marino, closing up in Adrenalina. We love seeing it. So, guys, what do you think about this, running order? That would be, is like any one more favorite than the other in the position that they're going to have their...
Well,
let's start.
How long have we got?
I mean, we have all the time. As long as you can stay with us, we have all the time.
I mean, I feel really sorry for Albania. I mean, number 2 is a pretty shitty spot to have. And it's the second time they've been given second place in the running order. And I think that they did her dirty, to be really honest. I also think that Malta, Russia, and Portugal, that's a pretty meh 5, 6, 7. It's not going to help them any. It may not be bad for them, but it's not going to elevate them or get them any more votes than what they would have had otherwise. Then we go to the other end where we have Italy, Sweden, San Marino. That can only help them. Sweden is going to score well with the jury because it always does. It's Sweden. But 25th is going to actually get them a few more votes just because we've all been drinking and,
And by the end, like, sit your body, dancing and
Exactly. So, I mean, looking at the running order, I think it's quite clear that the organizers think that it's going to be a race between Italy and San Marino.
Do you think?
Do you think so?
Because
someone's asking us thoughts about San Marino ending the show. I still have memories of how Lavenda was the
Lavender effect, where everyone was like, the song is so great, and the second it finished, we all went and got drinks and forgot to vote.
But Lavender wasn't a winner.
Come on, Lavender.
No, it wasn't. Lavender was, one of those summer songs, honestly. One of those Spanish summer songs. It was perfectly hot. It made me dance a lot.
I mean, it's Eurovision. Hotness counts. Come on.
True.
I mean, don't you agree that if Uku would have sung with his shirt completely open or even...
wouldn't help
not quite so perfect beard. He needed to be sort of a bit rougher in the beard area.
I do agree. He would have had all the votes. I mean, people, come on. You know that 99% of people watching Eurovision are either gay or women. So
no, but
help yourself, darling. Help yourself, Habibi. There's a question anyway here.
Oh, sorry.
No, go, please, go.
The running order, I have to say I can't remember all of the order. I can say that when Israel was in third last time, it was with Golden Boy, finished 9.
I loved Golden Boy.
I'm buying this position if Eden finishes 9. Yeah. I think...
Eden was quite tired today during the rehearsals. I mean, her voice was... really tested.
She keeps it for tonight. It's fine.
She hasn't really had any good rehearsals, though, to be really honest. I was super surprised that she
I mean, the first one I was like,
really?
Oh yeah, She
the same thing.
I think so. And I was not on any drugs. That's it. We lost Corinne, but she's going to connect again. So they put Malta in a bad spot to the lineup. Someone said
Malta 6 is not good news for Malta. Mm-hmm. However, as I said, Conchita won from that round. Conchita was 5th or 6th, and I do believe Malta can still win this. Yeah. What else do we have?
Running order aside.
Well, there's anyway something which Domenico was. Sorry, to interrupt you, but Dominic was saying something quite interesting before, because there was a post on Facebook by Howard Keith De Bono, which is the I think the manager behind Destiny, and he said, "I'm not the one to delete posts," because he actually wrote a post where they said, "With this position for Malta, EBU is actually showing the kind of outcome that they want for Malta." Here you are, back again, darling.
I said the secret code word and Mossad cut me off. Sorry.
It's not true. Come on. We were talking about Malta. We're talking about Malta now, unfortunately. So Howard Keith De Bono, which is the manager, said that the position is a clear sign that EBU doesn't want Malta to win at all.
Oh, come on. Stop it.
And he also said, "I'm not the one to delete."
Stop it.
Wait, he said, I'm actually seeing his post now. And he said, "I'm not the one to delete."
Stop it. Eurovision is open. There is no agenda behind it. In the end of the day, it's what people vote at home and and the juries vote. That's it. I didn't believe Israel will win ever. Israel won in 2018. Against all the odds of, everyone hates Israel. Come on, stop it. If Malta deserves to win, it wins. Mm-hmm. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, sure. I mean, I do think that the song, the staging, the entire performance is 10 across the board.
Yes.
I mean, she's...
That moment where it goes into the break. Oh, my God.
It's gorgeous.
Stunning.
I mean, I must admit that I had the same initial reaction, because there's like rational me and then there's like bitchy me. And my initial reaction was like, oh, well, someone doesn't want Malta to win. Like, what's going on here? But of course, you are right. And the running order is what you make it.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, that's what actually also helps people. I don't think it's going to help us all, the UK, but we all know why. I'm just joking. It's not because of the position, unfortunately. Friends from the UK, where I actually live, and I love this country. I'm sorry, it's not the right choice.
UK needs to care. About Eurovision.
Yes.
And once UK cares about Eurovision, I said to Goy just before the show, I am thrilled, first of all, that we don't have a clear winner.
Yeah.
Nobody can say that we have a clear winner. Second, in the bookies, we have Germany versus France. Big five.
Italy. I was going to say Germany.
Italy versus France. Big five in the top 2 in the bookies. When did it happen last? And it means, it shows.
I can't remember.
It shows that everyone step up. Mm-hmm. Every country tried its best, and Eurovision is becoming something bigger. I feel in the recent years, because YouTube and everything and all, it got sudden a boost in interest.
I know. But we do also have another question now. Is Spain's 500-1 chances of winning justified?
Yes.
Do we have to answer this?
No. I mean, I like the song, actually. I do like the song, but I think that is justified. I mean, in when we look at it, you know, in comparison with everything else that we're getting on that stage, if it's not justified, then it's not much better than that, to be honest.
I know,
but I like the song, and I like Blas, and
I do like Blas, even though I was very surprised when he didn't hit the note during the last second rehearsal. I was like, Blas.
Yes, but that's why rehearsals are there for, you know.
Sure.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's true. That's true. And we have another one from Britain saying that it's true. I've not liked the UK song for the last 10 years, and I'm British.
Yeah.
I would like Suri.
That's part of the problem. And I have to say, when the UK sent, what's her name, Suri, and that year we did watch the pre-selection process, and there was one song. Yes, the performance was a bit awkward, but there was one song I can't remember.
Legends by Sander,
and
the studio version.
The studio version of it. You see, this is the young,
cool
vibe song. And what did we end up sending? Sorry.
Yeah.
And I feel that it's kind of the generation, the younger generation,
don't care. And
that's the main problem in the UK.
Yeah.
Well, I think that if they've sent the Little Mix, I mean...
Exactly. I would die. I would literally die.
Yeah, but I want the original Little Mix, the four of them, honestly.
Of course. Little Mix 4, the perfect artist, Fleur East. Come on.
But there's another question which is actually very interesting here. Do you think a Eurovision All-Stars, oh my God, this is so RuPaul All-Star, Drag Race All-Star, content is viable? With high-scoring contestants or winners from previous years, no semifinals, and just 10 to 15 acts.
New songs or same songs?
That's something. So C, we can't see your name, C. But can you please tell us if you think about with new songs or the same songs?
Either way, I would lap that up.
Yeah, me too. I would. I don't even care. They don't even have to sing.
You know, when Israel hosted Eurovision 2019 and they did the change songs,
switch songs.
That was so cool. And you just imagining a lot of Eurovision legends around. Great.
I would have never thought to think about Verska Seduchka's song as a sexy one.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Wasn't it? Oh my God. I was having my moment. Honestly, And I remember I was seeing the rehearsals in the arena that day, and when she started singing, she took off her things from I start screaming like a crazy. I think everyone just looked at me like
we all did.
Oh yeah.
So many questions here. We are missing a lot of questions here. We have
please ask.
No. I'm just saying hello to the fans. We are reading the questions. There's so many questions. Sorry. We are not answering all the questions.
No, but please read them out. I have another question.
Find the good ones. Yeah.
Okay, so let's read this question and select one from your fans. I know your time is almost running out now, Corinne.
That's okay. No, we can go a little bit. We can go a little bit longer. I can push it.
But I would love it. I mean, I was not ready to receive so many questions today, so I'm more than happy. So, don't you think that France this year is better and finally more serious than in previous years? Those participants who are automatically in Eurovision usually do not try at all.
Well, that's a serious question.
Yeah, Corinne, please. Up to you now.
Well, it's a trillion times better than Tom was going to deliver us in 2020. So I don't think that. I don't think that. That's really a question.
I just love her.
I mean, it is a very high quality song. France has actually sent us some good music in the last wee while. I mean, Amir was wonderful.
Amir was.
There's been some really. There's been some really good acts. I mean, I personally love Twin Twin and Moustache. For me, that was like one of the best Eurovision songs to ever come out of France. But I mean, Voila is just a whole other category, a whole other level. And I love that France has finally sent us something, really amazing.
I agree. I don't think France have been bad recently.
Except for Tom.
Tom Lee, which was I do think they've sent things with real identity and artists that you really believe believe in their song, and so I don't think this year is a sudden change for them, but it's a great song.
Yeah.
So we also say here, team is saying, good to see France taking the lift out of Italy's book and taking Eurovision seriously, which is just great. Another question is actually asking us, what do you think about the Netherlands? Don't break me, you man are broke me.
I love it.
Broke me.
I absolutely love every single aspect of this song.
Same here.
I just
couldn't be better.
It literally couldn't be better. Maybe a few more Caribbean elements, like they could have taken the Surinamese part like even further. But I mean, that's me being like totally picky and like looking for something. Because I love it. I love every single thing about that song.
We haven't seen it yet.
You are
going to be seeing it tomorrow. Yes. We saw a snippet, and I was just like, I loved Jean's outfit. I saw him and just went, wow, you look amazing. So yeah, excited.
Yeah. Although in the rehearsals, he was wearing a harness underneath. And I was a little bit sad when he lost the harness and now he has a black shirt. Because I thought the statement of the harness was more powerful in the context of the song. Not that we don't want to see him shirtless. Like, don't get me wrong there. But...
But anyway, another big question here. This one is actually very, very serious, guys. Do you think it's about time that the Big Five concept ends? I feel like it's encouraging the UK to, and it's mediocrity. Sorry.
If it means that we lose the funding of the event, the answer is no. If that's the price we need to pay.
Then I'll pay it.
I want the Eurovision. Keep going.
I agree.
I don't care with the Big Five concept.
Yeah, but someone is actually saying that they should be qualifying like everyone else. So basically taking the semifinals and then trying to get to.
Yeah, I feel like it would give people some of those countries. I know a lot of them are putting effort in, but it gives them the incentive to put more effort in than just being like, I'm going to sail through. UK.
Well, but to be honest, like yesterday night, pardon?
Again, I will say, look at the odds. We have two of the Big Five fighting each other for the first spot. So the Big Five
and the other two are fighting each other for last.
And that's fine. And that's fine. But the concept of Big Five, Eurovision is stepping up. The UK just need to catch up.
Yeah,
that's all.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I don't have a problem with the concept of Big Five. They're paying. They can have a little something.
They're paying, and they need to have a little bit of something too. But talking about the Big Five and how they could qualify or not, yesterday night I had a quite interesting conversation with my husband, which is not at all into Eurovision, and he's an engineer, so
I have one of those too.
And he actually, I love you. but he supports me. I have to be honest. He really supports me. He really bears me, because during the week of Eurovision, I'm untouchable. Really. He completely forgets to have an husband. Really.
Yeah. Mine is still upset that Roxanne didn't qualify, because he was like all in for Romania. So he's still like,
But the thing he was proposing me was, wouldn't you agree to say like all the 39 contestants? Actually, the 34 contestants or the 33 contestants, just singing all together in the same evening, in the same semi-final, so that no one would actually end up being in a more difficult or easier semi-final. What's your idea about that?
I'm going to go with no. And the reason for that is then it would feel like... It would be a long show to start with. I don't know if I have it in me to like, I'm getting old. I can't do long shows like that anymore. But also as well, it would start to feel a little bit too much like the grand final. And I think that there wouldn't be enough of a differentiation between the two, because if we just then added in the Big Five and the host, well, I mean, we're not really adding in anything new. So why have two shows?
The semifinals concept started as a one semifinal, if you remember. And I remember Cheering My Mon was in one of them, Shake It Chenisha, and it was 25 songs and only 10 qualifiers. That's what it was back then. And it's like, it felt like another evening of Eurovision. It was so long. And there was something in the concept of two semifinals, which are less than 2 hours, not like 4 hours like the less than 2 hours, very short. You enjoy it, it's fun, and it gives you a kind of, it builds up to the main night. And love everything.
And we get like a break in between on a Wednesday to recover. And, you know, way back when I would go out to the bars and watch the semifinals in the bars, I lived for that Wednesday where I could have like one night to like, you know,
recover,
regroup. You know?
The theory of everyone having an equal chance to win is nice, but if the song is going to win, it's going to qualify. Therefore, it has the chance to win.
But I mean, whichever way you cut it, you could always say that someone is at more of an advantage than someone else. You know, whether they're running first or second or third or fourth. So if we put them in one semifinal or 5 semifinals, there's always going to be an argument for someone being more advantaged.
And I don't even think that 3 short semifinals will actually help. I mean, the way it is held at the moment, it's
I like
very well
it.
working.
Yeah,
I do like it.
Really like it.
And I can see here that even Praise is actually loving it. We love Eurovision like it is now. It has to stay like that. But please, Toy and Goy, tell us questions from your fans there if you have any.
A lot of chats, less questions. Fans are chatting between themselves. We love you.
But what are they saying? What do they think about the the changing the final, or if anyone gets more chances than the others in the way that the finals are run or the semifinals are run at the moment?
We did have a question about Ukraine, actually.
Yes, what did they ask?
Asked about how do you think the juries will rate Ukraine. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. I can't remember the name who asked the question, but that was the question.
I mean, I think that's a really interesting question because I personally love Ukraine. I think that's a really amazing ethno piece. I'm always there for the ethno bangers, always. I mean, doesn't matter whether it's Sami or Balkan or Eastern European. I love it. Will the juries love it? I'm going to say they're not going to hate it because the song is actually very well done. So for them to hate it would be completely unfair. But they're not going to rank it as highly as some of the more I don't even want to say mainstream because that's not right. Yeah. But traditionally, the juries don't tend to heap points on ethnic numbers. Sadly, they don't tend to heap points on these kind of like very fast techno influenced. You know, they tend to give more points to sort of ballad, mid tempo kind of songs. Yeah, to Sweden. They tend to give all the points to Sweden.
Exactly.
I mean, like at the Discours, I am the Sweden stand.
Swedish mafia.
Yeah, I'm going to be wearing a Swedish flag tomorrow night. My dress is literally a Swedish flag. So I don't love I love Tusse. I don't love Tusse's song that much. I mean, it's a good song, not a great song. But the juries are going to heap points on him because that is a perfectly crafted jury song. The lyrics have meaning. The lyrics are beautiful. The musicality of the song is great. He sings well enough. So the juries are going to lap that up. But something like the Ukraine that's very particular, very special, they might get some love from the Eastern Bloc. They might, but I can't imagine, for example, the UK jury or even, some of the other Western European juries really understanding the concept behind it. Because also that whole idea of techno is kind of been and gone for Western Europe.
Yeah.
With the exception of perhaps Germany, because we love techno. But that will never die, like the Hoth. And
but this year you had the ukulele thing, and I really loved it.
So, I mean,
the Stop in Hate song.
That's right, which is an important message. So, I don't think the Ukraine is going to fare terribly, but they're not going to win the jury vote ever in a day with that song.
What do you think, Rafa?
What about Ukraine? I'm honestly very amused this time by the entire thing of that Ukraine put on that stage because I loved it. For the very first time in my life, Ukraine, together with Jamala Songs 1944, really stole my heart.
I hated 1944 with
all
my heart.
Honestly.
All of my heart. I have a picture of my cat, like almost throwing up watching that song. Like,
I loved it. Really, I really loved it. But maybe even that time that song was perfectly crafted for the time we were living, and that's why it won. But anyway, not the moment to talk about that. But I do think that they will get. I think, and I hope to, that they will get good votes from the Eastern Bloc, I would say so, from the Eastern Bloc. Any more questions coming from your fans, guys?
There are a lot. Go with your questions. There are a lot of discussions. Guys, thank you so much for all the views. Many people are chatting here between themselves.
This is just amazing, guys. I can't keep up with the comments we are receiving, honestly.
Excitement about Eurovision.
Yeah. I'm going to have to head off soon, but I'll stay for another. I keep seeing these questions. I'm like, I'll stay for that one.
Yeah.
I'll stay for that one.
Why Russia is so underrated in the odds? I have win the vibes listening to Manisha.
I love this song, and I'm going to heap all of my votes, except for 1 or 2, which will go to Sweden because, you know, Sweden. I will heap all of my votes on Manisha. And is she the best singer? No. Is this the best song in the competition? Also no. But is the message absolutely strong, important, emotional? My God. She was singing in the rehearsal, and the moment, and I'm not going to give too much away because you guys saw her in the semifinal. That moment where she dropped to her knees, facing the screen of all the women, threw her hands up. I burst into tears. I was like a blubbery mess in a Russian rap song that I don't understand. But it's amazing. I don't know why she's so underrated. I think that could struggle a little bit with mainstream, like people who are outside the bubble. You know, we're all crazy Eurovision fans. Probably all the people watching are Eurovision fans. We live and breathe this stuff. We live for these acts. Someone's grandma at home, you know, who watches just the Eurovision final because she's been doing it every year for like 60 years. She is not going to get it. And it's kind of similar with the Ukraine. She's not going to get it. She's not going to vote for it. I mean, assuming she has a smartphone. And also,
my grandma does.
Yes, okay, mine did. Also, you know, like the younger. I mean, I love it, and I really hope it does well, and I hope that all the votes that I can heap on it help in some way. But I think that she's going to struggle to.
It's a controversial song. Like, you know, you either love it or hate it. You're not in the middle. And,
that's true.
And you know what? I prefer to be with it in the love side because that's what she's all about. She's all about love and
absolutely.
And you know, she's gone through hell. If you read about all the news about what the Russian that didn't accept, didn't think it's allowed to sing a Russian woman. We got a comment yesterday, one on the videos of Russia that said, I'm a Russian man, but after seeing Manisha, I feel like a Russian woman, and I love everything about her. And that's the important message. And thank you for that. And I'm grateful for Manisha for bringing us this kind of song.
Absolutely.
Agree. There's another question here. So I think John Steers movements fit the song. It's like a dance during a rap song, sorry. And the camera shots are too fast for me. Well, we commented this before, and
I think the staging is brave because they could have very easily just done what we said we'd expected, him standing, emotional.
Or put him in behind a piano or something.
Exactly. But I think they've kind of maybe shot themselves in the foot. Like you say, some of the older viewers aren't going to like that staging, but I think it's brilliant.
Although he looks like everybody's adorable son/grandson. So, I mean, he gets votes there.
Yeah.
Oh my God, there are so many other questions coming here, which
I'm worried for Corinne, and
I'm going to do 2 more minutes.
We need to wrap it up.
Right, so, okay, Corinne, that's another question we're going to ask our viewers, then we will continue, unfortunately, with the 2. But who do you think will win Eurovision, and who instead you would love to see be crowned winner of Eurovision? So, and that's the same question for you watching back home. Please comment, tell it.
Yes.
Who do I think is going to win? I think that Italy's going to win, and I'm going to tell you why I think Italy's going to win. Because I think to some level, France and Switzerland will cancel themselves out when it comes to the tally vote. I think that they will score, they'll be the 2 highest scores with the juries. And then when it comes to tally voting, I think the people that I think they're going to split the vote. The fans will be split between the 2 of them, which then opens up space for Italy, who I think will probably be sort of 3rd, 4th, 5th in the tally vote. And also maybe 3rd, 4th in the jury vote. That leaves the door open for Italy to sneak on in there. So I think Italy's going to win. Who would I like to win? Oh, God, there's so many I'd like to win. Like, I'd love Portugal to win again, but we've just been there. I don't want to go back there again for Eurovision. I want a new place. I love you, Portugal. I didn't mean that in any kind of bad, disrespectful way. Who do I want to win instead? I'd love Malaysia to win. And I mean, anybody that knows me knows that I usually judge Russia quite politically. I mean, anyone who says Eurovision is political is a liar. So I usually judge Russia's entries quite politically, and I usually would never support them, but I love her and I want Malaysia to win. I want her to have Eurovision, not necessarily Russia. I hope we are not losing followers for that comment. So not necessarily Russia, but or San Marino, because I just love what she's done. I love it. I love the party she's created. I love the fun she's brought us on the stage. I mean, I just think that it's San Marino's time. I actually, you know, I love Sahat. For me, he's an icon. Can't sing, but he's an icon. He's an icon,
yeah. A good dentist, though.
Yeah. He can have, he and Valentina can fight over whose turn it is next year.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I would love it to go to San Marino. So that's me.
They can't have it there, unfortunately. They don't have enough space. I mean, if you go there, the entire arena would be the entire space of San Marino. Have you ever been to San Marino yourself?
No.
Right. So, I mean, I used to go there very often. It's really, you can walk from
apparently
one
there
to
is
the
a
other
stadium. I heard
in 1 hour.
I heard there is like one stadium there that you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Stadium.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yes. We can see so many comments. People say Bulgaria, Ukraine, Italy will win, but I love San Marino. Ukraine again, Albania are my picks, or Switzerland. How about you guys?
I have to say all the odds are pointing on Italy. And I have to remind you something. The last song that in that genre like Italy won was Finland. And the reason why they won probably was a good song, but probably about the costume, about the whole show. And I have this feeling that we are giving the crown to Italy so quickly. And I'm not sure that you said that auntie that joined the competition once a year.
Sorry, I'm knocking on wood.
And she sees Eurovision and she won't get Italy and she won't be on board with Italy. And many of those will be like that. Italy, you know, I can understand it. I don't like it. I can understand it. I can understand why he talks a lot to people. I have this feeling it's not going to win. I don't know. I have this. I still think it will be a battle between Malta and Switzerland. I still think we are going back. I think we are going back to this. Malta and Switzerland kind of dropped in the odds after the rehearsals and somehow went back. I have this feeling that will be the battle, but we will any of them.
I would honestly love to see Malta winning.
Me too.
Ukraine happy. I can't believe so many songs this year in this final. I love it.
There's such a big selection that if one of them win, go great, and it's amazing.
Basically, anyone but Belgium. If Belgium wins,
I'm not worried about that. All yours.
I don't want to call it because I think
we have an Italian commenting here. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but as an Italian, I think we're going to finish second or third like every year.
Maybe. Yeah. It's great. I don't like it. Again, I'm not a rock fan, but it's speaking to people. But
and they're sexy. Like seriously.
But there's so much good songs that it could go to any of those top 6, I think. And I just want it to be really close, and I want it to be really exciting. And to be fair, if any of those countries win, I think everyone is going to be thinking, that's a really good result.
In our finals, just to remind our viewers and to tell you, in our finals in Toy and Goy, Malta finished first, Switzerland second, and Italy third. And the gap in points, we had so many votes, and the gap in points was 18 points from the first place to the third place. It was unbelievable close, so it could have gone either way. So I think that will be, I'm saying that again, I think this will be the top 3. Somehow.
Someone was saying my best friend says Moldova to win. He fancies her. And Norway second. I mean, she's a hot chick. Come on,
she is.
Really?
She's gorgeous.
I could wear that dress.
Oh my god! And
me too. Like.
And another question here is quite. All these questions are quite interesting and very serious. What would happen if there was a tie?
I think that under the new system, under the system that they borrowed from Melody Festival, I don't think it's possible to have a tie.
Oh, right.
No, I don't think so, because I remember it was not possible. I mean, I was just updating myself before this Eurovision, and it's not possible.
Yeah.
Another question
I'm
was
going
from
to have
one.
to slide away. Oh, hang on, I saw Mahmoud. The word Mahmoud.
Well, you know that Destiny during her interview with us that you can find on our channel, and subscribe to the channel, TheGaylyMirror TV, please. We actually asked her who was the singer from Eurovision who she wanted to have a duet with, and she said Mahmoud. And so, what Eurovision singer would you like to sing together? I would love Effendi and Mahmoud. What about you, Corinne?
Very deep. I can't.
Yeah, there's so many. I mean, if I was just going to be really, really superficial.
Let's say about the last 5 years.
Okay, I'm going to be really. Oh, it might be longer than 5 years. I'm going to be really superficial and be like, the two that I would enjoy most on stage together at once would be Mahmoud and our golden boy.
Oh, can I be in the middle? Okay, I'm leaving.
Get in the queue, honey. Get in the
queue.
I didn't think
about that at all. That took me by surprise.
Come on, Mahmoud and the golden boy.
Yeah.
For me, it's Mahmoud and Marouv.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Yes.
The level of art you would get from them.
Both of them are very sensual.
Yeah.
And they can, and I think it would work really, really well. Marouv, if you're here, and Mahmoud, just do it. Just do it.
Yeah.
I could see that, like taking the power out of like whole cities. Those two together, like blackout.
Yeah,
we could be one of your dancers, even like in the very back of your video, but we want to be there. So the four of us, please.
And like wipe the sweat.
I
can come over there and just wipe it. Come over.
Sorry, I gotta go. I keep putting it off.
It was lovely having you with us. We're going to answer to another couple of questions, and then we're going to finish this week. Bye, Corinne. Bye from the Disappoint. So, guys, another question here, which is quite, hard. Do you think that there might be any political slumps or any kind of unexpected shocks this year? What do you think when people bring politics into Eurovision? I think we discussed this the day before yesterday.
Really hope not. I really hope not. It makes drama out of the wrong thing for the competition. We all just need to enjoy it and appreciate it.
I wish politics was not part of the game, but it is part of the game. I just hope it will be such a minimal part of the game. There's so many great songs. Let's enjoy music. Let's bring the music. Let the music bring us together and love each other. That's all. That's what we need.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more. Honestly, politics must be left aside. This is music. This is being together. This means like let's build bridges to unite us, and that's the reason why Eurovision was born. Remember this.
Yeah,
and that's all. I love this comment. Slavika saying, "How rude of them to put Eurovision in the middle of a hurricane concert."
Okay,
you have to say a lot. You have a lot to say about Serbia.
When we reacted to Serbia, my expectations were so high because I loved the girls last year, and I found this year's song to be such a mess. And the fans of that song were outraged at us. Yeah. However, they put on such a good show. They took something that I was like, I don't really enjoy it. I like aspects, and they hooked me, and they brought this level of weird sophistication that I didn't think possible for them or that song, and they performed their asses off. It was
I loved it. I loved it.
I say that if I die and I can then reborn, I'd like to be one of those three. Honestly.
Oh my god, it
doesn't matter who. Actually, they're just amazing. The three of them.
Yeah.
I'd like to be the brunette anyway.
The one in the cat suit. That was I saw the cat suit and I was like, boom, that's me.
Exactly. Absolutely. And then another question is, do you think Greece and Cyprus are going to give vote each other?
Yes. Yes. And actually it was interesting because I guess we talked, was it with you? We talked about voting for Negbos, or was it in one of our videos? We talked about how countries voting for the Negbos, but someone comment in our video saying the reason why the reason why Negbo countries voting for each other is because they understand the music of each other much better than outside. And I think the same case comes when we talk about Cyprus and Greece.
Yeah.
It's the same artist sharing the same artist, sharing music, and that's why.
And Hurricane storming all of the Balkan countries, isn't it? Everyone is in those countries are loving it, and I think for us living in the UK, we don't have any direct neighbours that we really share a massive kind of culture with. Ireland, everyone kind of accepts it as the same as us. So when we put a song in that maybe we like, doesn't mean anyone else is going to like it, because we're quite isolated from the rest of the continent. But
even geographically, and for
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
5 minutes to go. Exactly. No more about. What do you think about the organization of the Netherlands during the performances? Honestly, they are doing a great
I think all of us here who can hear me and please share your love to the Dutch production.
We love you, Slavica.
And I think they, I said that in the previous video. I've read so many comments saying about, the angles of the cameras, the staging is too big. Guys, listen, they've gone through hell in the last 2 years in order to make this happen. And they promised us last year Eurovision is going to happen, and they are doing it. And you know what? They are doing fantastic job. Well done.
Honestly, really. I mean,
not only
go on, please.
Okay. Not only is it ridiculously hard to organize an event, it's ridiculously hard to organize live TV, and trying to contain a pandemic at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how anyone can criticize that. How any of the people working there, what they're actually risking,
why they're going through,
because they might not have been in a place with people. We haven't been in a place with more than us and the kids for months. So those people who are doing their job and they're working there.
I understand.
Amazing.
Really, I do understand you, that's probably one of the reasons why I didn't go there personally.
Yeah.
Also because then the UK is actually asking you the ridiculous money to move out of here. But anyway, that's another question. That's for another episode. Let's conclude with this one. 3 words to sum up this year's Eurovision for you all.
I don't want to sum it up yet.
This year's.
Let's sum up the second semi-final with 3 words then.
Very pleasantly surprised.
Happy with the result, with the qualifiers.
That's loads of words.
Happy with
results.
Qualifiers. That's it. Yeah, exactly. I would have actually said almost technically perfect. Ooh. There were just a few little things that in moving the cameras around. I remember there was during Moldova's
at one point.
Yeah. During Moldova's, during Latvia's performance, there was this cameraman which actually was taken by the camera and was like, oh my God, this is not nice to see.
Yeah.
But for anything else, the entire organization, the entire thing was just amazing.
Amazing.
And I mean, team, we unfortunately need to stop, but what does it mean, Eurovision, for us all? Eurovision means happiness.
Like
love. Means a lot to us. I mean, for Eurovision fan, it means like coming back to life after an entire year of, stressful job. May is the month of Eurovision, and I just sometimes when it's very stressful for me for the job I do, I just leave for that week because I take my holidays, I take my time off, and I travel to Eurovision and enjoy music and show.
Our channel was born thanks to Eurovision. We met you and Dominic.
And all of you guys.
and all of you back home.
We have the privilege to broadcast for an hour and a half with so many people in our chat, commenting, discussing. Eurovision is in our blood. And that's what Eurovision is for us. And I can feel only sorry for those people that don't understand it.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more, honestly. And Daki, just to quickly answer to your question, there's no way we can actually answer to these because it's 2019 was a different year. There was no pandemic around. It was all free. I mean, and we all miss those times when you just could stay in, big crowds, hug each other. That's what we're missing. And that's what actually Eurovision is trying to bring us back, a sort of normality, that feeling of being together with people, sharing moments.
Yeah.
We haven't been
all
sharing
living
moments
at the same time.
Exactly.
I would like to say thank you, Rafa, for inviting us again.
Mm-hmm.
I would like
thank
to say
you for being with us, and thank you, everybody.
I would like to thank all of you guys here in the chat, in this channel and this channel. Let the Eurovision begins.
Eurovision me. Let's get ready for tomorrow, guys. I love you, everybody. Thank you very much for watching us. And remember to subscribe.
Yes, do it, guys. Do it.
Bye.